Good day, everyone. It's Meredith Leon McCormick for World Bride Magazine with another episode. As you know, Italy is one of my favorite places in the planet, on the whole planet, in the whole atmosphere. I love Italy, any part of it. As you know, we're also discovering other parts of Italy. Whenever you guys ask me where would I retire if I was to retire, it would be in Puglia. And I had the honor of meeting this amazing, extraordinary woman who is beside me. And she curated an extraordinary event that invited a ton of wonderful Italian venues to. And this is the iconic, the legendary Diana Daros.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. I'm super
How are
excited. Thank
you?
you for having me today. Thanks for coming to our event in New York City with all the venues from Puglia. Just let me tell you about me so you can know a little bit more. So,
Mhm.
I'm based in Italy. I was born in Italy. I'm half Italian and half Czech. And since 17 years ago, I do weddings and events around the world. My background is in the fashion business, and fashion is always a little part, of course, of me and still is in my business as well, as we do also photo shoot and style shoot for many, many fabulous brands around the world.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
specialized in destination weddings, so especially American couples coming to Italy or to Europe, so incoming, and some also Europeans for their destinations abroad. So that's what we do since many, many years ago. And I have, of course, my favorite regions, and one you know perfectly which it is, and it is Puglia in the south of Italy.
Mhm.
It's a region that is growing a lot. It's really growing a lot, and they have everything. Basically, they have authenticity, they have traditions, they have amazing food, they have amazing
Yes,
seaside,
they do.
countryside. There's history, culture, art, everything. So you must see it, and why it is a preferred destination. Well, now it's very well connected.
Yes, it is. Very.
You can easily get to Puglia in summertime for direct flights from New York City. So there's a New York JFK Bari direct flight, which is easy, or you can fly through Europe and Rome. It's very, very well connected. So this is the first important thing, also to welcome the guests during destination weddings and so on.
Mhm.
Then also the offer is a huge offer from luxury venues to hotels, resort. You can really choose anything you want there, and also the prices are very good. So that's
And
another
that's what is
important
going to
thing.
be really important is how do we keep the prices very good? Because we know the minute something becomes too popular, the prices shoot up. And, you
Exactly.
know, we love Italy. We love what you did. You curated a phenomenal event. And you took us to the New York Times building.
That was, yes, an iconic place, of
Mhm.
course, a symbol, very, very important. I was super excited as well. So it was really an honor for me, for the region, for the entire team. And we selected basically American planners coming from New York City, from Florida, from Washington, D.C., from Canada, from Boston, from everywhere,
Yes,
to meet these venues in person, because you know better than me that connections are the most important thing. When you meet
absolutely.
these people in person, you can really understand their passion, their
Absolutely.
history, because most of them, they have a family history behind them. So there are generations and generations curating the places and growing up these businesses. So it's really, it's a piece of heart for them, and you can really understand and feel this. And that's the magic of Puglia. Their people, their family stories. There are really family stories. In Italy, there's a strong connection to traditions and to families, and that's why it's so important also for this region, but also for other regions, of course. In Italy, we work everywhere here, and we really have a strong connection with this.
I met Fred, I think his name is Frederick. He has one of the spaces and he told me that was his family home. A couple of
Yes.
these venues were homes that these properties are managed by. So they're like second generation. The
Exactly.
children now are sharing their homes with the public, and to me
Exactly.
that's special. And that's what Italy is known for, as far as I am concerned, growing up with Italians in the New York area. Italians tend to be very hospitable. If they open their home to you, they're going to feed you. There's no way. You can't leave the house without
Yes,
eating. So they're going to feed.
that's true. That's
They're
absolutely
not.
true.
They're just going to feed you. And so the hospitality, it's something that's ingrained in them. It's ingrained in them. So the properties are not only beautiful, but it's a make you feel at home, and it's on grounds with growing olives, the olive oil, they have wine and all of this other stuff. How did you go about picking the vendors to be a part of this? Did you get a chance to meet all of these people?
Well, I worked with Puglia region since many, many years ago. I fell in
Mhm.
love with the region 11 years ago, so I know it quite well. But yes, it was, of course, open the decision from the region. So they had to propose their venues to the region, and they were accepted to, of course, showcase their venues. And it's exactly what you say. So they open their home, and you feel at home. So
Right.
there are no like ballrooms like in the big hotels. No, it's something that you have to experience. That's why I absolutely always suggest to do more days event, at least the 3 days, even it's not enough three
Absolutely.
days, but you have, to get into the culture of Puglia. The
Yep.
musicians are amazing. The
Brilliant.
dancers, the pizzica dance, it's something that you can't stop moving because they really involve you. You start dancing, and also you experience how to cook as an Italian. Of course, pasta, orecchiette, panzerotti, and also, of course, the burrata, the typical burrata, the mozzarella cheese. So you can really feel this into your experience, and this is so important. There is also a lot to see from a historical point of view. For example, Alberobello with the typical, pyramids
Yes.
made in that city, and also the caves. You have a variety of sceneries that could be also used for events. I did a fabulous destination last
Mm.
summer, and in 3 days they wanted to do basically everything. They wanted to go to the seaside, they did a beach party, then they went on the boat, then they went to do a cooking class, then they wanted the typical Apulian night.
Right.
And another thing that I love from this region are the lights, these typical lights called luminarie, which
Yes.
is a festive lighting used in the cities, in the towns. And now it is used also during events, private events, corporate
Right.
events, and it adds magic. As you know, when
It
you enter
does.
a room, if you have the correct lighting, it is already the wow effect.
Yeah, I loved it. So we got invited November to go to Puglia. So it was right before our American holidays and everything. And then of course, Christmas is global. So it was a really wonderful way to see the designs, the lights and the food and the culture. And we got the chance to stay at Bra Hotel in the center of
Which is
Puglia.
amazing, a super
Oh,
wow luxury hotel. Have
oh
you
my.
seen the room with the projection on the ceiling? That's
I
my
see
favorite one.
everything. Everything. We had access to the whole thing. It was just giving us chic. It was modern, but yet still sexy. The customer service was impeccable. And then we got a chance to go to museums, the vineyard, saw how the wine. So it was a lot to see. And I think we got to see it in 4 days. Now, Italy is known for a couple of things. Food, of course, and the wine and
Yeah,
fashion. We went
fashion.
shopping. Oh my God. And you guys had your sales and we went through it at the mall, the outlets. It was just wonderful. I got things that I hadn't seen in New York. So it was wonderful to come. And when is the best time you want to recommend for Puglia if someone's getting married or just family vacations? When's the best time?
Yes, well, I suggest definitely early months of summer, like May and June.
Mhm.
Try to avoid August because it could be very, very hot and
Yeah.
crowded because all Italians they have holidays in August.
Right.
That's why they go also to Puglia. So I do not suggest to choose
Ah,
August.
good to
Then
know.
from mid September until the end of October, the season is beautiful. So even closely to autumn, you can still have a swim in the ocean. You can still have outdoor events. So absolutely recommended. So May, June, and September, October are definitely the best months. And going back to what you were saying about fashion, of course, we love fashion. I worked in fashion for many years. That's what we sometimes incorporate also into events. So I
Hmm.
don't know if you know that it's possible also to use like the mise en place and the plates and the cutlery, everything from big, big, big fashion brands like Dolce Gabbana and many others. They are preparing these collections dedicated to special events. So to add a major Italian touch, a fashion touch to events, I absolutely suggest also to use this. And that's also what we do, adding a little bit of fashion into weddings and events.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you have a lot of local vendors are very well qualified. And I noticed that the musicians, like there was the group of musician that, the Angelica they all hired. They knew every song from Whitney Houston to Bruno Mars. And I danced all night, I think, as much as I ate and I gained weight, I
Then you
lost
dance,
it,
of
I
course.
danced it off. It was fantastic. Your talent is, and then the video, the photographer. So Italy is really a destination, in my opinion, that you don't need to bring outside vendors to the country. You can hire every single one of them. And this is one of the things that I do want to make sure that people understand. While some speak English and, and others are speak Italian is their main language, but there's enough of these vendors that speak English and understand you to deliver everything that you want. Am I correct? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's what also we help couples and clients to communicate with some vendors. Some vendors, well, in Italy, they do not speak a very, very correct English. So that's why we help them to communicate, especially because, the accents from north to south are
Yes,
very different.
yes, they
So
are.
it's like in the US, of course, but especially in Italy, from north to south, some words are completely different.
Yes.
So to help them to communicate, that's a part of our job, absolutely. And the nice thing of Italians is they love to collaborate. So even if you have, for example, I don't know, like an Indian wedding or a different religion wedding, and you want to bring your chef, the local chef from Italy, they love to collaborate to help, of course, to make the couple's wishes come true. So
I
that's
love
another
that.
important thing.
I love that so much. So, as a wedding planner producer yourself, right? Tell me, what are seven or a few tips
Mhm.
you want to give to our readers and our viewers on how to make the most of Italy as being their destination wedding, specifically Puglia, that people are not necessarily familiar with?
Exactly. So, number one, follow your heart. Because if you feel emotional about a town, a city, or a specific place, that's probably your place. Number
Mm.
two, follow the suggestions. So, when I do the calls with my brides and grooms and couples, I'll always ask them how they imagine and what do they know about Italy, because sometimes they don't even know where Puglia is or where other regions are. For example, Umbria is another beautiful region, or some like islands. Ischia Island is another beautiful
Mhm.
destination. Everyone knows Capri, but in front of Capri we have a huge, amazing island called Ischia. I've done many destination weddings,
Mm.
so just listen to the experts because we
Right.
know. we know the destinations. We love the destination. We go there very often to discover new places because even the hotels and the venues, they are changing very fast. So it is important for us to tell them what is available in
Right.
all the regions. So this is number two. Number three, again, be aware of the seasons. So it's important to avoid some months. Please do not get married, of course, on the seaside in January, February, March, and that's not an option. Or try to avoid the national holidays, like absolutely do not get married on the 15th of August because no one works basically in August on that day. Or try even to avoid like the 2nd of June, which is another national holiday. So there are some specific dates that it's preferred to do not choose them. And number three, again, write your priorities. I always say this because
Smart.
priorities can be completely different. I
Right.
have couples and their priorities the food. For other ones are the flowers. For other ones, it's
Hmm.
the position of the ceremony. So
Right.
write down your priorities and be also very focused on the number of guests. So imagine that a destination you need, of course, to travel, you need to stay a little bit longer. So on your guest list, make sure that your guests are ready to take this journey with you.
Yeah. So now, would you recommend somebody that's never been to Italy that wants to have an Italian wedding, not to base it on what they saw on Instagram, but to visit the destination first and meet with the vendors and the local planners as well? Do you recommend that they do that first before booking so that there's no problems?
Well, sometimes we do also the video sites, as we know very well the destination. So we do the video sites so they can get into the destination. If they have never been to Italy, I suggest to add a couple of days also to see, of course, the must see like Venice, Rome, and Florence, just a couple of days so they can get into Italy. If they have already been to Italy and they know very well museums and all the cultural part, okay, so it's better to focus. But try to match the visit with, of course, the site inspection, but especially with the food tasting, which is, of
Yes.
course, the most most fun
Yes.
part,
Absolutely.
and it is important. And we try also to match, for example, the trials, like for the makeup, the hairstyling, and everything.
Mhm.
Focus in 3 4 days. But it's enough for 3 days, really. If you really know what you want,
Right.
3 days are enough.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for the insight. And can you give our readers and viewers your website and how they can reach out to you and get in contact?
Absolutely, thank you. So you can find me on Instagram. That's Diana Daros, Dianadaros. That's my Instagram. And then the website is dianadaros.com. So very easy. You can text me also on WhatsApp whenever you want. And yes,
Okay.
that's a main channel. And I'm based next to Milano. So it's the fashion city. Whenever you want any tips or advices for the fashion world, I'm here. I'm here,
I
absolutely.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Deanna. Thank you. It
Thank
means a
you.
lot
Thank
for your
you.
time. Thank you for the invitation. And this event that you do, do you do it every single year?
It will be every single year. Yes, this was the
Fantastic.
second edition. For me,
Yes.
it was the first time. I was not there last year, but
Okay.
this was the second edition. And yeah, probably confirmed next year. So yeah, if you
That's
want to be
amazing.
invited, just text us.
Yes, definitely. I think it's something that would be amazing experience for professionals for B2B to meet other locations so that they can make other offerings to their clientele. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to see you here soon in Italy.
Yes, yes, thank you. So there you have it, Miss Deanna Del Ros. She is
Thank
one of the
you.
experts, and we love her. So please
Thank
stay
you. Love you
tuned.
too.
Arrivederci.
Baci baci. We say baci baci and
Baci
arrivederci.
baci.